Guys, welcome back to another episode of the Solid Rock Personal Training Show. My name is Coach Bob, and today I'm joined by the man, myth, legend, Derek Geiges. And today we've got a really cool topic about how to build out your ideal training week. So without further ado, let's dive right into this beast. Coach, what is the ideal training week? What does that look like?
Well, the ideal training week could be different for every single person. And it really just depends on what your interests are. But like here at Solid Rock, our program's designed to help you look good, move well, and feel great, into your 80s. So it's a sustainable long-term program. And what we found people have like the most successful results with is strength training, about 3 to 4 is that top end number that we would recommend a week, and then doing some aerobic endurance style training about 2 to 3 times a week.
Got it. Okay, so you got strength training 3 to 4 times a week, doing cardiovascular endurance aerobic training 2 times a week.
Yeah.
Perfect. Sweet. Now, let's talk about a little bit, who's that person, that we could really help? Let's say her name is Sally, right?
Okay.
And Sally's 45 years old. What would be a really good program for Sally to follow if she's wanting to maybe lose some body fat? She might have some prior injuries. She got some movement limitations, but she's really just want to live a healthier, happier life.
Okay.
What would Sally need to do?
Absolutely. A couple questions. Has Sally been doing anything before this?
She's worked out before, but it's been a while since she's been a part of a program and gotten professional coaching from somebody that knows what they're doing, and it's really going to help keep her safe and get her, the best results.
Okay. And then Sally does she have the ability to get here about, 3 to 4 days a week?
Yeah, in this situation, Sally would be able to get here about 4 days a week.
Okay, absolutely. So Sally wants to lose some body fat, just make sure I'm tracking. She wants to get moving well. She's had a couple prior injuries, so she's not looking to get hurt and wants to do something so she can live an active lifestyle as she begins to age.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so for Sally, what we would recommend is probably start out training 3 days a week. We would do probably those 3 strength days, and then we would recommend what's called homework, doing some sustainable aerobic work on her own, anywhere from about 20 to 40 minutes. Mm-hmm. Does Sally want to put on muscle as well?
Initially, she just really focused on losing body fat.
Losing body fat, perfect.
Toning up.
Yeah, toning up. So the strength training, a lot of times people think HIIT training is going to burn body fat. I'm going to burn a ton of calories, and it's going to get me in really good shape. HIIT training makes you feel awesome. It gets your endorphins going, so it makes you psychologically think, I got a way better workout. But what it does is it flares up old injuries. The chances that you can do HIIT training later on in life is not very high, especially any type of bounding or like jumping, plyometric stuff. It's not very reasonable. So we take a different approach. We really want you to slow down, focus on that mind-muscle connection. In doing so, if you actually squeeze your muscles and go slow through the ranges of motion, your muscles get way leaner and way more toned, and you get a lot stronger. The cool thing about this, what I love about this, is you can do it for long term, and it's going to help you move better so you can stay pain-free. So if you had prior injuries, and I design our programming here at Solid Rock, so this is relates to me. I had so many prior injuries from college athletics that I wanted to design something I could do, well into my 80s, and it's kind of how our program was born. So it's perfect if you've had those injuries. So
yeah.
Sally, working out 3 times a week, doing some aerobic homework 1 to 2 times a week to get started. After she's about, a month to 2 months into the program, I would recommend anywhere from 3 to 4 times a week of strength training, and then maybe coming to our endurance classes, 1 to 2 times a week as well.
Got it. Okay. Cool. Now let's do the inverse. Let's talk about someone maybe named Frank.
Okay.
Frank's a little younger than Sally. He's 35. Used to be an athlete. He's got a lot of nagging aches and pains. He knows he has a bit of a fitness background, but he's done maybe something that's really high intensity for a long time. He can only do that for certain seasons, and his body just feels really beat up. What should Frank do instead?
Yes, I love Frank.
Yeah.
I've met a lot of Franks in my day. So my assumption of Frank when he comes in, going to know a lot about fitness, going to be super excited to be here. Frank probably does not have great movement patterns. Yep. He's probably exercised for intensity because he was an athlete and he wants to go as hard as he can. And though he may never say it, he's always looking at the person next to him when he's in a group class, competing against them, pushing himself. Where Frank needs to take a step back, he needs to work on his movement patterns by going slow so he can actually do things right, so his joints are functioning properly, so he can stay out of pain and get long-term results. So I'd recommend Frank, since he already has a pretty solid base, probably working out 4+ days a week at Solid Rock, 3 days of strength, maybe 2 days of endurance, and he's going to get phenomenal results. Frank just needs to be patient enough and allow the process to take place and just trust in the process so he can get those results.
Yeah, so give himself a long enough time horizon to be successful and change a bit of his mindset about how he approaches fitness so he can really get the most bang for his buck.
100%. And I think that's the hardest thing for people to understand when it comes to our methodology of training. Our philosophy is we want to help you look good, move well, and feel great into your 80s. And a training program that's going to allow you to do that and look fantastic is going to be slow, going to be progressive. You got to build that foundation. If you're always going as hard as you can, smashing yourself and having to use momentum to do movements, because momentum equals lack of strength.
Yep.
Strength means you can control the movement at a slow tempo and do it through full range of motion. You're never going to improve on your fitness. You're always going to come to the gym smashing yourself, and you're going to be wondering why you're still overweight, why you still have that elbow pain and all those nagging things, and you're never progressing forward. You got to take a step back to take a step forward, just like Tiger Woods had to relearn his golf swing. Everyone thought he lost it, but he took a step back because he realized he had a hitch in his game, and he was like, yeah, this is going to suck. I'm going to suck for a while, but then I'm going to leap forward past everyone else.
Cool. Frank, if you're listening, now you know what to do, buddy. So cool. If you're interested in learning how to actually come in and check out what we're talking about, all you have to do is just book a free Solid Start session, right?
Yeah.
So people just literally go to our website, go to solidrockpersonaltraining.com, click on where it says schedule a free Solid Start session, fill out your info, and we'd love to have a coach reach out to you, talk with you one-on-one, get you in here so that we can learn a little bit about you, your goals, and maybe some of your previous injuries or exercise history, things like that, okay? Cool. Is there anything else you feel like would be super important for people to know about creating their ultimate training week?
I would just recommend keep it simple. There's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of Instagram stars talking about the newest, greatest movement. The human body hasn't worked the same way forever. So keep it freaking simple and do what works. Don't do the next fad and burn yourself out.
Love that. Cool. Awesome. Guys, it would mean the world to us if you rated this bad boy on whichever content platform you're listening to. Smash the like button and drop a comment. Let us know if you like it. Until next time, we'll see you next week. Peace.